Okay, so let's go into part 2 where we're actually going to look at the project details. So I'll click up here on the project details tab. And let's start. This is the drop-down menu where you could look at any of the details from any of the projects that you have selected and invested in. So I want to start here by looking at the retail store expansion in the Northeast. So this is something where I selected in 2009. You'll see here the project costs aren't too terribly much with the payback period of only 5.33 years, which I felt that was pretty reasonable considering it was a retail store expansion. After paying off after 5 years, that's okay. So let's scroll down. Well, first, before I scroll down too far, I want to look at the actuals. And then we'll scroll down here and I want to look at the cash flow statement. So again, these are the actuals where we started out at 0, and even though these increases do not look too terribly high, the point with the cash flow is that they're positive. They're positive and they are increasing, which is great, that was one of my big strategies to look at the cash flows, make sure they are positive and increasing. We could also take a look while we're here in the actuals to take a look at the net income. Again, of course, start out with nothing, but here we are increasing year to year. So let's go back up and look at the projections. Let's scroll back down and look at the cash flows so we have something to compare it to. Again, still even furthermore increasing as well as still positive. So let's take a look at another project in detail. Let's find the Match My Doll clothing line. Okay, so this payback period was a little bit longer. It was a bit higher risk that I chose in 2009, but it still had a pretty decent rate of return. So I'll scroll down here, and this is what really sold me on this project, was the projected cash flows for this one project. So pretty decent and still increasing year to year. Again, like I said before, that was one of my big strategies, was looking at the cash flow statement. Let's just take an example and look one more here at the Toddler Music CD series. Now this one had a really great rate of return. You can see here in the project updates that it was just a medium risk here, where it also just kind of simplifies that here. I want to finalize real quick by looking at the overall income, net income, and the cash flows from the company, since we looked at that somewhat within each project. So here, net income projections through 2024, increasing, always looking good. Again, I just like to see the increases there. This is just for the company consolidated. Now let's look here at the cash flow statement. Very positive and still increasing year to year throughout the end of the projection, which would be 2024. So that concludes just part 2 and the part 1 and 2 about how I reached 649 APV with my investing decisions for that simulation. Again, I apologize about the technical difficulties I was having breaking this into 2 parts, but that's it. Thank you.